Uh, Very good afternoon, all. Shall we start? I think we should start. Okay. Very good afternoon, all. Have a fortifying day ahead, dear students. You are about to start last semester of your graduation now. We will be rigorously starting our next semester from 1st of February 2022. And for this semester, you must have seen that you all have one practical course based on project work. While introducing this course in your curriculum, School of Computer Sciences, MJ College Autonomous, Jalgaon has a specific aim. That is, we wish to provide you comprehensive learning platform where you can enhance your employability skills and knowledge in technology, can increase your self-confidence in finding your own proficiency, and can have hands-on practice within real job situation. And now each of you may have doubts in your minds about how to proceed for work, how to select topic, which will be the suitable technology for the developing software project, and many more such questions. As solution to such questions, our School of Computer Sciences has organized guest lecture on software project development, how to. For today's guest lecture, we are blessed with a prominent personality with us, Dr. Manoj P. Patil, sir. Sir is working as an assistant professor in School of Computer Science, KBCNMU, Jalgaon. Sir had worked as a system analyst, UGC Computer Center, School of Computer Science, KBCNMU, Jalgaon. Sir had been awarded frequently at Avishkar. He is a recognized guide in computer science subject. Sir had more than 15 national and international publications. He has been consistently involved in administrative, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. All of them cannot be mentioned over here, but still some of them are NAC steering committee member. He is a NAC steering committee member, KBCNMU Jalgaon. He is a member of academic committee of School of Computer Science, KBCNMU Jalgaon. He is a placement coordinator and many more such. On behalf of School of Computer Science, I welcome you, sir. And further, I request you to proceed with our lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your nice introduction. Uh, Good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us start with our today's talk. I'll just share my first slide. If it is visible, it is okay. It is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, and for inviting me for today's guest lecture on your software development, how to do it for project. The topic was software project development and how to do the things, but I have taken out software development separate and project how to separate. The reason behind that is you are in TYBSc and you are going to uh, finish your graduation this year. Before finishing your graduation, what is expected that you are graduate of science with computer science? So what is expected from you, what society expects from you, what your parents expect from you, and what you should expect from you, that is very important. Madam just said that I was a placement coordinator in our school, and secondly I have worked with center and working with center in addition to my regular teaching. So I have experience of development uh, with computer center, like as you are in TY, after finishing your TY BSc, you are applying for convocation. So that application, web-based application, which is a cashless, paperless application, which was developed by Computer Center. I was one of the member in that development team. Secondly, the MSc admission process, what we carry out, it is just like yes, it is MCS process. So for that, we have developed a parallel software like CET cell has developed. So the option form and all rounds everything. So once again, I have contribution of writing algorithms and execution of that software, and many more small softwares we have developed in center. So I have little bit touch with computer center and software development. And first, I want to clear you one thing, that I will not tell you about project development. Rather than I will tell you what you should do for your good career by using this project. Because see, you are going to finish your BSc, you are going to finish your project, you are going to do excellent in your last semester, no doubt about that. Since you are a student of computer sciences and studying in one of the prominent college of NMU region, you are well aware of the facts, what is going on outside, in the outside world and everything. Remember one thing, in last 1.5 year, we got an excellent chance to show world that we are there. People are in home, they are working from home, and only due to computer sciences. See, you might have heard, no, that your relative or your friends are at home and they are working from home, they are having their PCs and everything. This is possible only because we have developed a lot of softwares. So, you might be saying, like, I'm only in TYBSc, what I can do? You can do a lot, you can do anything. First, ask yourself that why you are here, what is the motivation that you are doing BSc and it is in computer sciences. The answer that my student always used to give me when they came for MSc or MCA, that around them people are earning a lot of money from this field, and that is clear, no, that is straightforward, that it is fact. You are also doing all this business for bread and butter. So nothing is wrong in that. Nobody is doing it for charity. But then you are doing graduation. When you are in 12th or before 12th, you are in 10th, you might have studied geography and history. You might have studied Mahatma Gandhi. You might have studied geographical structure, and so on. So many things we used to study. I'm not remembering so many things because that is not my field. No? See, when you are doing BSc Computer Sciences, you are attached with this field for your whole life, until and unless you are doing something like you are switching in management or something like MBA you are doing. No, otherwise you are computer sciences guy. So you are going to do career in this, and you are attached with this computer. So when you are doing career in this, we must know everything about our field. So you develop your project in such a way that you will get a lot of exposure of this field. Why we are doing all this business? It is for industry. What is the industry? Whatever around you, that is mechanical industry or food FMCG industry and many more industries you are having around you. All those are running, and to automate them, we are running our industry of IT. That is your software industry. This software industry is basically developing softwares, and those are big softwares, I will say, or small softwares on which business of other people's is running fast, because before coming to us they are doing their business. Their business is giving them earning of say rupees say 1 lakh per month. If they use our software, it definitely increases their revenue from 1 lakh to 2 lakhs or something. And that tells them that due to software this is happening. Now what software can do? We can automate the thing right from their daily routine work that they are doing on paper. We can do by using some software. Like in that industry, attendance management system is there. Okay, so manually people are signing and some frauds might be there or something is there that owner don't want. So there is a software which has attached hardware with that, which is related to thumb impression, and by thumb impression we are making attendance of them, and daily we are getting reports and then so on, whatever the facilities provided by that software. Now what gives you this gives you work for industry. We are also doing the business. And what about then other end users? Those we need to call them as a common man. They are served by this industry, sometimes served by us also, like WhatsApp. No, I think that you all are using WhatsApp. Okay? You are end user of WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a software ultimately. So that is a direct product. And if we develop a software for any departmental store like DMart or Walmart or say in Jalgaon you are having Navjivan, and they use the software. So their customer is once again a common man, but that is not our customer. Our customer is that departmental store. So by reaching at this scenario, you will understand one thing, that people around you are using directly or indirectly your product, and that is your software. We need to understand the need of industry as well as need of a common man. Now this gives you a highlight about identifying the problem. you, you are supposed to identify problem nearby you. See, when you are in TYBSc, I think that this is your first project in your life. Before this, you are doing just assignments. You are calculating factorial n number of times in n number of languages. Nothing wrong in that. But ultimately now, it's time to integrate the thing. So if you are looking at this picture, you will understand that there are so many people, they are watching some displays. Those displays are basically displays of your computers, laptops, mobile phones, iPads, having some softwares. All these softwares are running in their device, but they are stored in some places. I hope that all of you are comfortable with English as well as Marathi. काही ठिकाणी मराठीतनं सांगितलं की लवकर समजतं किंवा सांगायला सोपं होतं. दॅट्स वाय लुकिंग ॲट दिस पिक्चर. लहान असताना आमच्याकडे आम्ही असं म्हणायचो, भांडण झालं की लहान मुलांमध्ये असताना ते जा ढगात. सो ॲट दॅट टाइम आय वॉज नॉट नोईंग दॅट ढगात जाणे म्हणजे काय. सो नाव आय अंडरस्टूड इट इज अ क्लाउड. And whatever your data is there, no, it is residing everything in cloud. Today if you look at the industry, you will find that 90% of your data is in clouds only 10% applications are there around you. If someone is developing an application which is a standalone application, it is only for 1 or 2 years now. After that, that will vanish 101%. Because see, cloud gives you services, cloud gives you distributed computing, cloud stores your data, and cloud does everything that you want to do. Only we need some technological support for managing the cloud. So that is making your life very easy. If you look at the picture once again closely, you will see that there is a something in cloud that is looking like a postcard. Okay, you might have seen this kind of icon when you are using your email. That means what? Your email is basically a service that you are using, which is just like a cloud. Then if this is a software industry and we are going to do the project, what we can do, which something good that can enrich your resume. Frank to speak you, if uh, my organizers permit me, I can directly talk with you like I have not a good experience of students from undergraduate. Why? Because they say that we have developed a project which is for our library management system. 20 years back when I was in TYBSc, people are developing library management system. And today also you are saying that I have done that. No worries, you will pass your TYBSc with library management system. But try to understand this. When as a placement coordinator, I tell my student that submit your resume. The resume is not having any project. Why? I said, you developed something in your TYBSc. Write down that one. It says that is library management system. And now in this biodata is going in industry. And what industry will think if now also I am doing work on library management system. What this suggests you, scenario suggests you, that whatever going on in current scenario, if you develop something like that, then it is useful for you. In industry, people work, and that's why the scenario looks like this. The upper picture is basically looking nice, but uh, this is the cubicles picture, which is actual picture, actual scenario that makes the world connected, and you are connected with each other as well as with all the systems by using the devices. This IT industry, see, we have to first look at the industry, what it is having, and then we will decide where we are supposed to go, what type of software we are supposed to develop. There are basically now only two types of companies have, those are there in the market. Other than that, if somebody is looking at the industry and found that that company is not fitting in first category or second category, that is not IT industry then. In IT industry, there are only two types of companies. One is called as product-based services based company, like product-based companies. Like you are using Gmail, we are right now using this Google Meet. Google Meet is a product of Google. Then you are using Amazon, then you are using Flipkart, you are using Facebook, you are using uh, IBM's product. All these are products. Okay. So to develop these products, the companies are working, and normally product-based companies are not having any kind of client. They are directly delivering their product to the end user. Sometimes they deliver their product to other companies also, but their issue is that they are having something common for all of the similar type of industries, something like that. This product based companies area is basically growing really with high speed. Before that, we are having service based companies. Now what service based companies are? Tata, Tech Mahindra, Cognizant, Accenture, Capgemini, Infosys. They are having back offices also. Product based companies are not having any back office. The service based companies provide service to other companies. They are having no product as such. For example, uh, your income tax department, they have their own IT return filing and all that thing is there. So they have given their service of doing all these stuffs what they are having in their regular routine to Infosys, for example. So what Infosys does, Infosys has developed once again a product for that company, but that product is a service, and they provide service to them, and they provide service to people, but people are not interacting with Infosys. Similar to that, your passport is there. The whole passport machinery is working with the help of a software that is developed by TCS. Okay. So like this, they are working and they are having a lot of support kind of jobs. Then they are having less. They are having less amount of job which is related to uh, what we'll say innovative product kind of thing. They are having big thing, very big thing, and you are as a developer a small part of that. So as a student, you can focus on a product based kind of work, so that today your product might not be used by anybody, but you will get idea about it, how to develop it. You might have studied software engineering. That will help you a lot
लवली सारखं करते
when
नाही तर
when you are doing all this.
लवली का लोरली का ते आवाज कर
So this is your first project, okay? I think that this is your first project. If you have developed before this, it is really nice. But in graduation, when we are developing a project, and if at the end of your journey as a software engineer, if you are able to write that project in your resume, definitely it is a nice project. Now, what is a nice project? Perhaps what it is. You might have developed some assignments. At least everybody has developed that linked list and stack and queue and factorial in first year of graduation, or some HTML pages in second year of or third year of graduation, and so on. All this stuff, whatever you are done, It is a separate assignment. Okay, it has a task that is supposed to be performed. There are multiple subtasks if a task is big. And if multiple subtasks are there, what these subtasks are? Once again, these subtasks may be something that is big thing, then you are dividing into multiple subtasks. But ultimately, that is going to unite it as a task. And this task is we are calling with the reference of a model. So when I look at a project should be done by a group of people. So many times student ask me that we are doing it in group of three, will it be okay? Or I am doing alone, will it be okay? I strictly say that you please have a group of three peoples at least. Why? The reason behind that is when you are going in industry, you are working on a project. At that time, you are working in a team. And what happens now when we are doing something in a standalone kind of mode, we feel everything okay because we are watching at that assignment or a project that this is input and this should be the output. So to get good output, we are working, and whatever the output we are getting, we call it as a good output. If you show that output to someone, that fellow says, no, here I want a comma. No, I want it in another color. See, that doesn't mean that your product is wrong or bad, but it makes the thing globalized. And you get an experience of working with thoughts of others. Secondly, when you are doing it for a standalone kind of thing, you are alone and you are developing it, you feel like it is in a single text editor, you are writing everything and okay. Might be it is having models and you are developing so many other programs and then you are connecting them. But see, all code is your code, all models are your models, all screens are your screens. So so many times integration is not going to get any hectic thing in that. Like your integer I, you know meaning of your integer I. If someone else is working with you, no, will not understand what is meaning of your integer I. And that's why we must work in a team in our undergraduate project. Lot of issues are there, like your partner may be able to do the task, may not be able to do the task, then that might create a failure kind of scenario. So it is your responsibility once again that lead the team and take everyone together and see ultimately you want to make it successful, and that is overall expected. See how many marks you are going to get in TYBSc project out of, or you are just passing. That is a regular activity, your exam and all that thing. But once again, I am telling you that if you are developing a project, like one of my students who has developed the project when he is in PG, which is about the robotics, okay, having a toy like car and is having camera and blue and red colored balls are there, it is going towards green color ball, if red color ball is coming it is enemy and so on. He has mentioned the things over there. But today also that fellow writes his or her his project in his resume, only because that is word to write, no? So that is a project. Now it is a big thing. It has how to access the camera. It is a model. Then how to recognize a friend or an enemy or something like that. That is another model. Might be small models are there. So all these small subtasks you can divide in your group, and all members in your group can develop something. Unitedly, that is a product. And that product, see, you are not going to deliver it. So don't worry about failure. If you develop something, if your product is used by someone whose business is going in loss, if that fellow uses your product, don't worry, no, you have not taken any kind of money. You are not liable to give any kind of solution. You are doing it for yourself. Try to do something good. Don't take it otherwise. No? Otherwise, what you will do? Okay, I have not taken money and I am not liable to give anything. Don't worry. This will only create a mess in your life at the end. You look at it from your perspective of a project. What a project is, don't worry. You know assignment. What is assignment? Okay. Combine all assignments together. Connect them with each other. And you will get that there is a group of tasks. Those are having subtasks in that. It is combined together and all variables are coming from one model to another model and then rotating and ultimately giving some output. On front end, the user is not aware of this thing, but you are aware of this thing. What is happening at back end? That is what your project is. Like this, so many people are working over here. They are doing something on a wall. Might be some people went away, not in the picture, but if you look at the wall, you will understand that there is something which is related to mathematics or analysis. We don't know, no, but they have done something on the wall. It is a teamwork. It is not possible for a single man to do all these things. If single man does all these things, might not get the success because if you take one of the person from this picture who is good in writing something and who has only blue colored pen, the whole wall will become only blue and only text is written. Somebody is good in pictorial representation and somebody is good in analysis of that. That will make it a good thing. Just like that, when you develop your product, project, look it with the perspective of a team, try to utilize so many things in that. Now, types of developments in IT industry to select the topic. So what type of developments are going on in industry? Front end development. I hope everybody is aware of this. The front end means the end, that is a visible aid to the end user or customer. Then back end development. Back end development is not the databases. The development that is going on server side or at middle layer, that is your backend development. We'll go in detail if possible. Then full stack development. Now this terminology came into picture in last some days. Full stack development means you are well aware of front end and back end and database and everything, and you are really a person with everything in the pocket. Most of the technologies are well known to you, at least for similar kind of things. Means suppose all connected technologies are there, like on Linux you are developing, and front end is your something which is you are putting it in Ajax, and then you are putting everything on Git. So open ended things you are knowing. So all these connected things are in your stack. Full stack means everything is there in your stack. Some people are still working in desktop development because service industry requires that. typical development, typically for desktop side kind of thing. Then web development, the most popular thing in the world, I think, that is web development. Plenty of colors, lot of screens, and data collection, and show the outputs. Then database development. Database development is only for backend kind of thing initially. In backend is two-tier application, and there is a backend and front end only. At that time, databases are there. Nowadays, databases are storing the database means tuples, tables, procedures, and triggers, something like that. Stored procedures. But all these things are day by day vanishing once again. Everything is going on your cloud. Then mobile development, one of the popular thing nowadays. So if you are thinking like I'm developing mobile product, then there are two sides once again in that. One is your mobile app, which is developed in some Android kind of thing or iOS kind of thing. This app development is by using Java and XML. And second thing in this mobile development, which is popular only in last 2 years, that is you are developing a web-based application by using some React.js, for example. You have developed this thing. There is a React Native. If you go and see React Native, by which you can convert it into mobile product also, and you will get the same product on mobile phone. So you are not supposed to worry much more about this mobiles. But you can have a project of 5 peoples are in that group. One subgroup is working on web development, and one group is typically working on native side and developing or converting your work into natives by using natives, and mobile application is parallelly developed. It can be a nice product or project. And then you can specifically develop a cloud based project. It is very easy. Only thing is you are supposed to understand one of the cloud like AWS or Azure. Okay. And since in last 1.5 year, no, you got lot of resources available on net. You can join any of the free class that will tell you what that technology is, or you go on some uh, Coursera kind of thing. You can you don't want any kind of certificate, no, don't worry. You just do it for audit, complete it, and finish. You will get the technology. See, understanding any technology is not requiring more than 2-3 days nowadays. You can develop your project in any of the cloud like Azure or AWS or something like that. That provides you everything, front end, back end development, everything. And coding is very less. Only thing is that coupling is very important. How to couple the things. And you can develop that kind of product. And then DevOps engineering, right now it is not going to come in picture when you are developing in your TYBSC's project. DevOps engineering is a new field. That is site reliability engineering is there, and DevOps engineering is there. Operations and development coming together, because there is a issue that operations are saying something and developers are doing something. So to bring them together, there is a new thing that is called as DevOps engineer or site reliability engineer. So site reliability engineer does what? He brings together all of them, and whatever the product they are going to develop, no, that will be a great product. Okay. what is expected product. And then security is one of the area where you can uh, do your career, and you can develop a project in that area of security. So the picture is like there are some areas. Initially, you are having front end and back end. You are doing some customer support and all development. You are giving the data, contents are going on back end. On back end, you are having servers, and there is administrator and staff. Then you got full stack developers, and you are having front end, then back end. In back end, you got technologies, then databases, and DevOps are there. Their tools are there for virtualization, automation. Nowadays, is so many tools are available. Frankly, telling you, if you are expecting that you are there in industry for writing big piece of code, nothing doing. You are supposed to write short and sweet things only. Most of the things are available with APIs. You just use them. I will tell you some examples. Now, the main thing that ideas for developing projects. I will tell you some some ideas. Those I personally feel I personally feel that you are supposed to follow them, because if you are developing management systems, no, uh, then you are just wasting your time. Okay, first one is Android task monitoring. In Android task monitoring, no, whatever the things already happening on your Android phone, you write a project. Two people can easily work on this project. Write a project on managing the task or monitoring the task only. Means at the end of the day or month, at least it should generate a report that you are using WhatsApp for 50% amount of time in a day. You are using commercial apps for this amount of time. People can easily understand that where they are wasting their time. The task can be monitored, like this task is um, creating some issues like notifications and problems what it is facing in troubleshoots are more in that task. Something like day whole day you watch the screen, you are supposed to capture the things those are happening on that Android phone. Secondly is sentimental analysis. You can associate this analysis of sentiments with product ratings. So for that, you are supposed to collect some data from any of the online site or and if somebody purchased X, then purchase Y, then purchase Z, and then what are the sentiments behind that one? See, this is really a nice product. So many products are already there, don't worry. But exact product nobody can give, because sentiments are like those are not fixed, no, like changing kind of things are there. Person to person is there, with time variant things are there. So you can develop a product for this one. This is a web based product, okay. Sentiment analysis for product ratings, you can create a web based application. Then fingerprint based ATM systems. Nowadays you are having card based systems. If your financial mm, issues are not there, and if you are able to connect your small fingerprint device to your computer, still that is fine. You can develop a small your machine, your computer as a ATM, which will recognize people by the thumb, and then you can at least withdraw and see the balance and something like that. You can develop your own product, okay. Here also size of 2 is sufficient one. Then employee management systems are already there. you can adapt within that one automation with their roles, their leave management, all these things already there. You can connect it by using fingerprint. Okay. So the attendance will be a fingerprint based. Like in your college, you are having thumb machines. Okay. So what happens to that data? So that data can be manipulated by your system to generate some good reports. Okay. So for that one, then if you are interested in security kind of thing, image encryption and decryption with existing AES algorithms, those are there in your network books. You can easily implement them, and you can easily develop a software for encoding decoding of images, encryption decryption of the images. Then just now we have seen fingerprint based ATM, fingerprint based employee management. Now we will have a voting system. Like voter card people are showing, don't show the voter card. Just attach your fingerprint. You are having Aadhaar database, then authenticate it and do voting. Then weather forecasting systems are there. See, you can get data very easily for weather forecasting. Only thing is you are supposed to work little bit with intelligence, artificial intelligence kind of thing, and you can do the things. Then local train ticketing system, which is Android based. You can develop your product, which is giving a ticket kind of thing, like IRCTC. But then here you might be saying like one person can easily develop this product for phone. What you can do is you develop a web base as well as Android base, and in that try to get the data from the existing portal of railways. You can give at least dummy data by using APIs, that is possible. Okay. Then railway tracking and arrival prediction. This you can easily, or I will say definitely you can do this one. You might have seen so many products. Where is my train and all that thing? No, that is the railway tracking system only. The data of railway is always available. You just get it. Now, the thing is not that you are supposed to go to railway station and get the data. Okay, you search on Google. Google is your friend. That will tell you that there is a API in the, like you are developing it in say Angular JS, and that follows some scripting. So that is having a API in that. So you can easily embed that API and embed library for that. And you must be connected with this one. I will tell you one example at the end of the list. Then Android's patient tracking system is there. It is just a project. It is already developed in so many hospitals and all that thing. But you can develop once again with new features, like thumb impression is once again there for the patient, and thumb based system you can develop. Okay. And then automated payroll system with GPS tracking and image capturing in that one. Okay, what happens in offices? No, payroll is there, but see, if GPS is there, you can uh, locate the position, okay, and capturing of image is there. So face recognition also you can have in this. Okay. Then data leakage detection system. Now this is a big problem that whatever you are having a data, it is a big data now, and a lot of inconsistency is there in the data. So many times data is you might have seen it in news also that SBI's data, somebody has stolen it and something happened with that. Okay, so you are not supposed to stop the leakage. You are supposed to only detect that this is the data, and out of this data is leakaged from the system. So you can do with some security kind of mechanism once again. Then credit card fraud detection system. Once again, It is an intelligent project once again with your credit card. You must be good in hash tables and all that thing by which you can do it. But then two people can do this project. Then shopping system, which is AI based shopping system. Like you, whenever you are searching some product and you add it to your cart, then naturally it is supposed to show you the products those are associated with that. Secondly, if you are regular user in your system, you are supposed to take reference of last time what you have purchased. Okay. By this one, you can develop a good system which is a user friendly and customer is happy to purchase and so on. Camera motion sensor systems. Now this is something like a security product kind of thing. Okay. CCTV camera is there in that. If motion sensor system is there, which is developed by you, then you can easily predict that something wrong is going to happen or the behavior of the person is not is it is a fishy and some some activity which is not good is going to happen. Then bug tracker. It is a simple system once again. Whatever software or whatever program developed by somebody, your system is going to track bug in that. So just like in you are mastering C++, if you have idea about this book by Venugopal, in page number something like 600 nearby that there is a small program of memory leak detection. It is really a nice program. It takes another program which is written in C++ as a input, and it tries to find out whether you have allocated memory and whether you have deallocated the same amount of memory or not. If not, it says that you are doing a mistake. And that program is really very important if you look at mobile application development, because memory is a big issue. And if you are wasting memory like this, then there is a big problem. If you ask it to any Symbian programmer, that fellow will tell you, no, it is really a nice project. So that is a bug actually, that is memory leak. So just like that, if you track a bug which is a bug means not statement missing semicolon or syntactical error, but it should be a runtime issue related to your product, okay, or a program. Then e-learning platforms, you might have seen so many e-learning platforms, LMS, so like that you can develop for your college or some small institute. Then health prediction systems are there. You can develop a product like for mobile phones now they are having sensors, okay, by which it can easily detect the data of a person, heartbeats and blood pressure and so on. So data is directly fetched in that particular phone. You just take that data and predict what is the issue. If your prediction is good, definitely it is a nice product. What do you mean by nice product? See, ultimately it is a business. You are developing a project for TYBSC, but you imagine that you have developed a health prediction system on this data and you are predicting like the heart rate is something moving up and down and it is problematic issue. And at this moment, this tablet is supposed to be taken urgently that so that you will come back to your normal position. That company of that tablet will pay to you for doing all these things. Nobody will pay. This is business to business. This is called as B2B. Nowadays, people are not interested in B2C. B2C is not having money. B2B is having a lot of money. Okay. In all of the products, just now I told you, if you look at all the products or projects, you will get one thing that for each and every application, there is something which is a vendor which is associated. Like in shopping system, some shopping mall is interested. In credit card fraud detection, credit card company is there. And see, you are doing job for them, not for your end user actually. You are giving it to your end user. So this kind of project, if you are developing, okay, then software piracy detection kind of thing. So if you are developing a project like this, no, you will be able to mention it in your resume biodata. Opinion mining on social networking platform. This is a regular uh, PhD kind of project. Okay, you can do it. You can. You are using Facebook, I think, most of you. So if you look at social networking profiles, you can easily understand that what is opinion of one typical type of crowd, and you can mine the opinion of people very easily. Then everybody want to become full stack developer because full stack developer knows everything, no? So what are the ideas? Like you can develop a content management system for, see, content management system people are writing from so many years, but now people are writing blogs, and for blogs you write a content management system. Like if somebody who is not that much aware of technology but want to write a blog, can you give a system that that fellow will log in and then only will add some text with heading or some pictures and will say submit, and it will make a beautiful blog with colors and all that thing, and it will post to some site, and that fellow will understand in his login that how many people are watching and what are their comments and all that thing. Then multi-client website for client services. Single client services are available in the market. Multi-client websites are also available, but you can develop for multi-client, because don't go for single client kind of service. That is of no use now. Then e-commerce website for automotive part. See, automotive part is only example. You can develop e-commerce website for anything. Okay. Then food delivery applications like Zomato. Okay, so you can develop like this, and that is really a nice product. Because see, don't worry, if you are using Zomato or any kind of product like that, and if you are feeling, oh, this is a project, how I can develop in 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, you can easily develop. Everything is readily available. APIs are there. You are supposed to write it in a small piece of code in modules and merge it. Okay. Grocery delivery applications are there. E-commerce portals are there for furniture. See, this furniture, automotive, or food delivery. Here you can change the word and you can develop another product also. Motorcycle servicing at home, web portal. You can develop, this thing can be developed very easily. Very easily you can develop it. Around you, if any service center is there nearby, private, you ask that fellow that I will develop a portal for you. That fellow will say, don't do it. I will not pay. Don't worry. You put everything, all information and a mobile number, and you put some communication kind of thing over there, text box. That fellow will tell only that customer that I want to do my servicing. So it will give a call to that service center, and two persons will go and bring that four-wheeler, and they will do servicing, and they will push back at the position, and it will be charged. Do you know that in Bombay it is really a good business? Matlab, my relative does all this business. Like he developed a product. He is IIT and he developed a product besides his regular job, and given it to one person who is having service center, saying petrol pump also. And he says that I am earning 1 lakh rupees because on percentage basis he is taking from that fellow per month. So it can be a nice product. Okay. So you can develop a product like this, a project for developing a product like this. Then managing projects, it is very difficult for you to understand it, because if you are not aware of the current scenario of industry, that why project management, in old days project management is there, nowadays it is changed. Okay, so products are there. Those are having the whole documentation and everything in that. Beside that, the tools, those are telling that what is the phase and what is the model and what is going on. So application for that purpose. What technologies you are using for development of project? JavaScript, Java, HTML, C. You are supposed to well known about this Git if you want to do career in IT industry. C++, Python, then you must have idea about C.S.S. Blockchain is right now current boom with IoT and SQL. These are some of the technologies. There is no end for this. Like Ruby is not there in this. Okay. Uh, if someone is here who is a TYBC student might be saying like I know Java sir, I know C, I know C++, but I don't know Python or I don't know Node.js or Rails. Then I must do my project in the technology that I know only, because otherwise how I will get the success? If you are developing the project in the technology that you are knowing, then you are not developing a project for project. You are developing it for that technology. I will give you a simple example. My students 10 years back, something like in 2010, they developed an application for maze of hostel in Java. I told them don't do it in Java. Java is not for developing a software like this. They developed it in Java. It is too slow that fellow at me is saying that मैं मेरा notebook में ज़्यादा fast लिखता हूँ इससे. कौन आया कितना पैसा दिया किसने? Okay, so if you are developing something now, try to understand requirement of a user, not what you know as a programming language. Don't worry, no, आपको नहीं आता है कोई technology, don't worry. Just Google it and understand it. Understanding any technology is not requiring more than 10 days. 10 दिन में कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी सीख सकते हो आप मार्केट में. और आपको फाइल हैंडलिंग तक नहीं जाना है. डोंट गो अप टू द लास्ट चैप्टर. जस्ट लर्न व्हाट इज देयर. स्टार्ट डूइंग प्रोजेक्ट. धीरे धीरे एक्सप्लोर करते जाओगे, प्रोजेक्ट करते जाओगे, you will understand everything. Don't worry, I have developed so many projects, that's why I am telling you. In 2020 and 21 and 22, this is the picture. Please try to look at this picture. You might have something is in your syllabus, I don't know. Docker is there, AWS is there, chip is there, Kubernetes, CodeShip, Jetkin. But this is in market. You might be feeling like मेरे को तो कुछ भी नहीं आता है. डोंट वरी, ये सारा टेक्नोलॉजी है ना इतना शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट हो गया है कि सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट बहुत इजीली हो जाता है. सिर्फ आपको बेसिक आना चाहिए जो आपने अब तक पढ़ा है. वो सब काम का है, वो काम का नहीं है ऐसा नहीं. बट आप अगर ये बीच वाला पिक्चर देखोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कोडिंग भी है, प्लानिंग भी है, मॉनिटरिंग भी है, ऑपरेशंस भी है, डिप्लॉयमेंट भी है, रिलीज भी है, टेस्टिंग भी है. तो ये सब तुम्हारा सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग है. लेकिन ये सारे टूल्स हैं और ये सारे टूल्स जो है ना बहुत आसान है. व्हाट इज गिट, व्हाट इज जीरा? वर्जन कंट्रोलिंग सिस्टम. इसमें आप कोडिंग करेंगे. कोडिंग के लिए क्या इस्तेमाल करेंगे? व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू यूज? पाइथन और समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो वो आपको जो आता है टेक्नोलॉजी, यू विल डू इट इन दैट, बट यू विल डू इट इन गिट. मतलब आपका 3 लोगों का प्रोजेक्ट है ना, तो कौन क्या कर रहा है, कौन उस कोड में चेंज कर रहा है, एवरीथिंग विल बी ट्रेस्ड इन वर्जन काइंड ऑफ मैनर. और वर्जनिंग है तो मतलब कुछ भी कियास होने का चांस नहीं है. ओके, यू आर डिप्लॉइंग इट. For deploying, you need to have some cloud-based solution like AWS or something. Okay, so you can learn these tools. Don't worry about this. Just start doing the things, because the development life cycle what you are having now is like this. You are supposed to initially pick up a project, define your scope of the project. सारी दुनिया के लिए नहीं बना है, हमको सिर्फ जलगांव के लोगों के लिए बना है ना, तो जलगांव के लिए बनाना है, कितने लोगों के लिए बनाना है, मतलब डेटाबेस का कितना कैपेसिटी होना चाहिए, माई एसक्यूएल सफिशिएंट है कि एसक्यूएल सर्वर में जाना पड़ेगा, एंड समथिंग लाइक दैट. अब डेवलपमेंट का भी कैसा है ना, तुमको क्या आता है दैट डजंट मैटर, बट मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है उसके हिसाब से करो. देन ट्राई टू स्टेबलाइज टेस्टिंग, उसमें भी टूल्स अवेलेबल है. देन हाउ टू डिप्लॉय इट टू कस्टमर and how to maintain. This is life cycle. So in your project also you follow the same. If you are working in a group, don't follow the old software engineering waterfall model now. It is changed somewhat same. It is called as agile development. So you start with planning, designing, then develop, then testing, then evaluate, once again meet, once again plan the changes, and in a circular mode you rotate it. At some day your product is finished and you will get the outcome. When you are defining the scope, identify risk, find out the plan, what is scope of your project, how you are going to do it, how you are going to evaluate it, and finish. While development, you are supposed to understand the technologies, security threats, how you are going to deploy, how people are going to understand, and suppose it is having some IoT kind of thing, how you are going to do. That is the thing. What is your team? What are their expertises and how they are adaptable to the new technologies? So by thinking on this, you are supposed to do development. Then testing, stabilize your product. With manual testing as well as testing tools are available to debug the things. Then deploy it on server or phones or Apple devices, on Android devices, or on tablets, or at a cloud, and people will use it from browser, something like that. Then ultimately it needs maintenance. Okay, your product is going to have maintenance kind of thing. You can follow these steps. This is actual software engineering, and this is happening in the industry. Ultimately, at the end, do the documentation. When you are doing documentation, what is meaning of the documentation? Whatever you are doing now in your programming and all that thing, 30% time of your work should go in documentation. Do proper documentation, diagrammatic representations, formal fashion, everything you are supposed to write. Use diagrams like DFDs and object diagrams for pictorial representation. It will create your report. Something like that. You are initially having your topic finalized. What is the basic idea? Show it to your project guide. Find out the methodology on which you are working, what people have already done in this area, what is your objective. Then designs of that, detailed designs. You conduct a lot of meetings for this. You create a माहौल. Okay. घर वालों को बोलो और मीटिंग है, हमारा प्रोजेक्ट का मीटिंग है, हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. एंड इन दैट मीटिंग यू जस्ट अरेंज द things, what is your initial idea and then what you are doing, और पेपर पे आपको सब कुछ करना है. It will give you feeling that you are really doing something like project. You are not developing a product which is calculating factor here. That is the phase 3, and then in next phase you are actually serious about implementation, testing, analysis of the results. बराबर आ रहा है क्या? What is expected? No, it is not expected. So change it, test it, debug it, and finally you are at a conclusion that you are doing it for for the ultimate output seen by you as a dream when you have started. You can incorporate changes in this. Don't worry. Ultimately, you will have an exam, evaluation by your teacher, and see there is something in mind of a student. Like लास्ट ईयर का प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट में ऐसा सीक्वेंस है तो मैंने ऐसा ही करना चाहिए. Don't do like this. You just read a book of software engineering. You can do a small course of agile. एजाइल का कोर्स आप अगर लिंक्डइन पे करोगे ना तो 2 दिन में ही एजाइल का कोर्स हो जाएगा. पूरा करंट सिनेरियो पता चल जाएगा मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है. उसके हिसाब से एजाइल के हिसाब से करो एंड देन यू डेवलप अ रिपोर्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दैट. बाद में समझ में आएगा और ये तो ऐसा ही है जैसा पिछले साल के प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट में था. उल्टा वो लास्ट ईयर वाले का बहुत गलती था. And by this thing you are definitely able to present yourself with your ideas in the project. Then ultimately you have a presentation. Initially you are supposed to tell the background, then your problem, then the requirements, designs, what designs you have done in that meetings and all that thing, then special your specifications, then your specialized inputs on the coding and testing, and then analysis of everything and the project plan, initial and final, and then product, then your screenshots. This finishes your job. But if on this path you are developing your products, definitely you are able to write your project in your resume. Otherwise, what happens? No, people do the project in TYBSc and they forget about it when they come to MSc first year or MCA first year. And nothing is difficult. I will tell you one example. 2 years back, when COVID started, there are so many portals. No, those are telling you updates about COVID. In Jalgaon, how many patients are there? Yesterday, how many cases detected? And how many people have given discharge? Similarly, in all districts, similarly in all states, similarly the entire country, and similarly the data is there in a single place for the whole world. If I say you develop a project that will give you analysis, graphical analysis, that which country is having more cases yesterday and which is having less cases, and discharge similarly or deaths similarly, less or more in last month and year. So this is analysis. Can we do? We have done the same thing in May of 2020 when strict lockdown was there and offices are closed. I am at home, and one of my student who is in MCA is doing uh, agile methodology and React JS at home. So he says that I want to develop a project. What React or Angular do know that takes API. APIs are available with the vendors. Those are free to use. You develop your HTML page, use Bootstrap, use JavaScript, you do anything what you want to do. Embed that API, get the data. Once you got the data, no, rest of the things are up to you what to do with that data. you can easily show it to your customer. Customer means whatever for the purpose you are doing. We did it in 15 days. Similarly, I, I come to know from the industry in last 6 to 8 months that whatever projects developed by the students in the post graduation, not as a part of curricula, are really good. This is opinion of recruiters. Some of our students, those are regularly coming to our university for recruitment, they say that what happens no, when that is a regular curricular project, no, you are fighting for marks only. And when you are developing a project for your resume, you are not fighting for marks, but you want to write it in your resume. So don't do this mistake. When you are developing it for your regular curricula, do it for resume. Definitely it will help you a lot. I have some students like last year we have a student from MJ college only, Harshal Patil, Harshal E Patil. No, I don't know exact name. He was in MCA uh, in this year only. He is in last year, and just now he is placed in uh, a Pune-based company. He developed his project in TYBSC, and he used to tell me that my project was really good project. It is useful project. Developed something on monitoring the system on Linux based system, but he says that it is really a real project that I can tell anybody that I have done this, done that, and in that I'm doing these functionalities. So his BSc project was first one. Then he is doing MCA. He developed two projects with us. Three projects he is having in his resume, and now he is at a good company and got a good job. What I want to tell you is develop a project. Don't do any traditional business. Nothing bad is going to happen. You take on yourself, create a group, take a project, do a lot of Google, learn new technologies, and do the project in new technology. You will learn a technology as well as you will develop a project. What students are doing now, they develop the project in that programming language or in that technology that is part of their curricula in last 2 3 semesters. You are doing something new now, so just go and learn a new technology. Integer is int in all of the programming languages. It is not going to change. If you start working with new thing, that is not going to change. I'm developing one product right now from last month. It is in Go language. Perhaps I don't know anything about Go. I started learning and developing the things and so on. It is basically for concurrency kind of thing. I shifted on Go. But the point is that it will teach you a new technology and simultaneously you will develop a project. So looking at all these aspects, I think that you are supposed to develop a project. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with you. And if you have any kind of questions, please let me know.
Yes, students, if you are having any doubts, then you can ask here. Okay. So, on behalf of School of Computer Science, Mulji Jetha College, Jalgaon, I am immensely thankful to our today's resource person, Dr. Manoj Patil sir, for his elegance of explanation of everything that is required to undertake and complete a good software project. Sir, certainly our students are benefited with your words. I am also grateful to you for spending your valuable time for our students from your busy schedule. At last, I am thankful to all dear students for their presence. Thank you all. And with this kind permission of our guest, I declare that today's lecture is over and you may leave the meeting.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Manoj Patil, sir, thank you.
आता फक्त फॉर्मॅलिटी म्हणून बसतात ग.